Some players trash talk him, some want rules changed because of him, and one literally said he's trying to kill Patrick Mahomes.
Smoking a fatty Mahomes on the daily.
Patrick Mahomes wins everywhere, and somehow that success turns teammates into legends and rivals into enemies with jealousy and grudges. Joey Bosa, Netflix hate and refusal to watch Mahomes.
Everybody's watched that the quarterback documentary right on Netflix.
I watched that? What?
You haven't watched it?
I'm gonna watch a documentary on Mahomes.
I don't know. I
For
mean,
what?
I don't know. At least it's some kind of football.
There's
How
8
come there-
billion shows on TV.
I know.
But
No,
Jesus,
it's like I don't
I'm gonna
want
watch my rival,
No,
see
there's-
how great he is.
And this is where the bitterness starts to feel personal. Joey Bosa has lived through it, year after year, lining up across from Patrick Mahomes, watching the Chargers fall apart at the worst moments. The crowd noise, the late drives, that familiar feeling sinking into your chest when you already know how this ends. By the time Netflix dropped Quarterback, it wasn't just football anymore. It was Mahomes being celebrated, praised, and documented. And Bosa couldn't even bring himself to watch it. He flat out said he didn't want to sit there and watch a documentary about his rival, about how great Mahomes is, not on his screen, not in his house. That frustration had been building for a while. There were moments on the field where Bosa looked like he was playing angrily and recklessly, even crossing lines that some felt were attempts to hurt Mahomes. Whether that was true or not, the resentment was obvious. This wasn't trash talk. This was exhaustion, the kind that turns respect into resentment when losing never seems to stop. Ja'Marr Chase, the obsessive Mahomes hater.
I'm not saying him. I give credit when it's due, but I'm not saying his name.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. I'm not saying his name, brother. I'm sorry. Joe Burrow. He's good. He's amazing. He's good. Not gonna lie. I'm salty, though. I'm a little salty. 2 years in a row. But I'm putting Burrow first.
Who's going to the Super Bowl, an AFC, NFC team?
Anybody but the Chiefs.
What do you think about how they'll play in that game against the Eagles?
Everyone knows I'm not a KC fan, so I'm hoping Saquon rushes for like 200 this game.
And this is where it turns into an obsession. For Ja'Marr Chase, it started with the worst timing possible. A Super Bowl on the line. Everything he worked for was right there, and Patrick Mahomes ripped it away with a last-second field goal. That wasn't just a loss, that was Mahomes ruining the biggest moment of Chase's career. After that, the salt never really went away. When asked who the best player in the league was, Chase ranked Mahomes second, sliding Joe Burrow into first, and he wouldn't even say Mahomes' name. Straight up refused. Meanwhile, Burrow calmly admitted the truth: Mahomes was the best in the world. That only made Chase dig in harder. Then Mahomes did what Mahomes does, won the Super Bowl, posted a picture of his ring, no caption needed. That one post said everything. From there, it got petty. Chase refused jersey swaps with anyone tied to Mahomes, publicly rooted against the Chiefs every chance he got, picked anybody but the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, even said he hoped Saquon Barkley ran all over them. Fans noticed. Memes popped up everywhere. Without Kelsey, he's just Kirk Cousins with a headband. And when asked if there was hate, no comment. Sometimes silence says the most. Troy Aikman, old head legend, turned Mahomes hater.
Has the chance to catch Tom Brady.
In order to do what Tom's been able to do, whether you look at wins or yards or touchdowns or Super Bowls, it means you have to play one a long time, and then you have to play at a really high level for that entire time. Anything is possible, but I would never bet on anyone passing any of the numbers that Brady was able to acquire.
This one hit differently because it came from a legend. When Mahomes exploded early in his career, fans started comparing numbers. Someone pointed out he had nearly half of Troy Aikman's career touchdowns in a fraction of the games, and Aikman snapped back fast. Talk to me when he has 33% of my Super Bowl titles. The media ran with it. I called it salty, called it insecure. Then Mahomes went out and won a Super Bowl that same season. Then another, and another, passed Aikman in touchdowns, did it all faster, louder, bigger. But Aikman never really softened. When asked if Mahomes could ever catch Tom Brady, he shut it down immediately. Said he'd never bet on anyone touching Brady's numbers. No matter how great Mahomes looked, it got worse. Mahomes takes a helmet-to-helmet hit on air, and Aikman calls him a flopper. That's when it clicked. This wasn't analysis anymore. This was resistance. A legend watching the future arrive and refusing to let go. Micah Parsons trying to change NFL rules because of Mahomes.
The drive clearing up the gray area. If quarterback's acting like he's going out of bounds, he should be going out of bounds. That's where we should mark him at. If he's acting like he's going to slide, that's where we should mark him at. Because at that point, you know, it's the contact issue. You see a lot of guys taking advantage and getting extra yards off that. And Mahomes won games off of that, you know? So we can't act like these aren't, you know, game-changing opportunities and plays that, you know, they're extending drives on.
No, all right. And then there's Micah Parsons, who didn't just hate the player, he hated the advantage. Micah hit Mahomes hard, forced fumbles, even went full try hard in the Pro Bowl when everyone else was coasting. You could feel the edge every time they crossed paths. But the real frustration came from Mahomes' sideline trick, that little hesitation, acting like he's stepping out, baiting defenders into late hits, drawing flags that flip games. Micah called it out publicly, said the NFL needed to clean up the gray area. If a quarterback acts like he's sliding or stepping out, the play should be dead right there. No guessing, no flags deciding games, never. He straight up said Mahomes won games off those calls. And the wild part, the NFL actually listened. They considered changing the rules. That's how dominant Mahomes is. Players aren't just trying to stop him, they're trying to nerf him. Tashawn Gibson, regular quarterback Super Bowl moment. And just when you think the disrespect can't get louder, it goes viral. In the Super Bowl, Tashawn Gibson helped force Mahomes into a rare, ugly interception. On the sideline, riding the adrenaline, Gibson started talking, loud, confident, calling Mahomes just a regular quarterback, saying they were about to make him look regular. Those words didn't stay on the field. The clip blew up everywhere, and then Mahomes did what he always does when doubted. He came back, took over, won the game. Months later, during the Chiefs parade, Brittany Mahomes made sure nobody forgot. She replayed the moment, the words, the doubt. Mahomes leaned into it, laughing it off, sarcastically repeating the insult himself. I know, I'm just a regular quarterback. Sometimes the best response isn't anger, it's winning. Jack Jones, stealing Christmas and staring Mahomes.
I mean, I don't think nobody in this locker room intimidated by him. I mean, there's good players all across the league. He a good player, so, you know, we see guys every week, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we focus on us more than we are about him, you know what I'm saying?
You're running, Patrick Mahomes is kind of chasing you, and you just eyeballing him. Take me through that whole sequence, man, and when you're running back to the end zone, dog, like what is your thought?
So on a play he rolled out, I seen him roll out, and then if you watch the replay, he kind of like floated the ball, like I don't know, it wasn't enough heat, and in my head when I seen it, I'm like, oh, it's mine, and I grabbed it. When I grabbed it, I was looking at him like, don't catch me, but then once I got past him, I did want to say like, you can't f with me, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just a stare down, like, yeah, I'm here, you know what I'm saying?
Down. Now this one felt personal and petty. December 25th, 2023, Christmas Day. Another matchup where Jack Jones had spent years watching his team come up short against Mahomes. So when the moment finally came, he made sure it counted. Mahomes throws a pass, Jones jumps it, interception. And instead of running, he locks eyes with Mahomes, stares him down while taking it back. No celebration, no rush, just pure disrespect. Then it got worse. On the sideline, Jones pretended to hand the intercepted ball to a kid in the stands and pulled it back at the last second. Psych. The internet lost it. The NFL even posted it, calling him the Grinch who stole Christmas. After the game, Jones brushed Mahomes off, said nobody in the locker room was intimidated, just another player. But later, he admitted the truth. He wished he'd talked even more trash. Said he wanted to tell Mahomes, straight up, you can't fuck sass with me. That stare said everything. Max Crosby, the most extreme Mahomes hater.
I was messing with him a little bit, pushing him on the shoulder, like, you know, after the ball was gone, just trying to mess with him to see how he would react. And he started getting irritated.
And then there's Max Crosby, the line where hate stops being funny and starts getting wild. Crosby didn't just say he wanted to beat Mahomes, he said he was trying to literally kill him every play. Out loud. On record. The Raiders rivalry already runs hot, but Crosby took it somewhere else. Every snap, he was in Mahomes' face, sacking him, dancing, shoving him after throws, little pushes, extra contact, all on purpose. All to get under his skin. And it worked.
I'm here.
After a touchdown, Mahomes snapped, ran right up to Crosby screaming, I'm here all day. The trash talk was intense, raw, personal, But the moment took a turn when people heard Mahomes' voice. High-pitched, animated. Suddenly, the internet had jokes. Kermit the Frog memes everywhere. Crosby's teammates even brought out a Kermit doll, trolling Mahomes on the sideline. Fans showed up to games dressed as Kermit. Crosby loved it, admitted he keeps messing with Mahomes every time they play. And somehow, he doubled down, repeating that same line about trying to kill him. Out of everyone on this list, this was the wildest hatred. No question. Ben Roethlisberger, prime Aaron Rodgers over Mahomes.
How would I take Aaron in his prime or Patrick Mahomes now?
Yeah.
Well, I would take Aaron in his prime over Patrick now. I think Aaron Rodgers in his prime was one of the top few to ever do it.
Hold on a second. And then there was Big Ben, who said something so wild it stopped the room. When asked if he'd take Aaron Rodgers or current Patrick Mahomes, Ben didn't hesitate. He picked Rodgers. Instantly, fans and analysts lit him up. The backlash was brutal. People couldn't understand how you overlook a quarterback dominating the league right now. Even Mahomes' trainer jumped in, firing a shot that stung. Said not everyone quits working out at 30 years old. That line spread fast. Fans started calling Ben delusional. Others pulled out the stats, touchdowns, wins, playoff runs. And the rings? Mahomes already had more than Ben and Rodgers too. That's when the jealousy angle crept in. Not loud, not obvious, but clear enough. Sometimes it's hard watching the next era pass you by, especially when it's doing everything you once did, only faster. Eli Manning, friendly but savage ring trolling.
You may have one more of these than me, but you have one of these. I had to talk a little trash to him. He may have one more Super Bowl ring than me, but he does not have a NWSL championship ring like I do, because Gotham won the championship last year. I took a couple of my daughters out to San Diego and watched them win the championship. So this is it. Now, I got something to talk a little trash to him about, because I can't do it about football anymore. I got to find something else.
Now this one wasn't angry. It was clever. Eli Manning found a way to troll Mahomes without touching football. He pulled out a ring Mahomes didn't have. Not a Super Bowl ring, a championship ring from the NWSL. Eli and Mahomes both own women's soccer teams, and Eli's squad won first. So he flexed it, smiled, let Mahomes know. Then he doubled down, talked about taking his daughters to watch the championship, made it sound wholesome. But the message was clear. I've got something you don't. Eli even admitted it, said he can't trash talk Mahomes about football anymore, so he had to find something else. And to really rub it in, his team celebrated right in front of Mahomes' squad. Quiet, polite, savage. Josh Allen, the longest, most painful rivalry.
I did. Funny enough, because The Last Dance came out before that season, right? Yeah. It was that COVID year. And, Larry Bird goes up to MJ, you bitch, you. You bitch, you. I saw him in the locker room, and I did the same thing. I was like, what the hell?
This rivalry wasn't built overnight. It was built through heartbreak. Josh Allen's first playoff loss came at the hands of Mahomes. Then another, and another. The worst one? Overtime. A coin toss. Never even touching the ball. Just watching Mahomes walk off again. Loss after loss, the record dropped to 0-4 every season, the same ending. When Josh finally beat Mahomes in a regular season game, it came with controversy. And Mahomes brushed it off. I called it terrible, like it barely counted. Sports shows ran with it. We talked about the gap, Mahomes at the top, Josh stuck chasing. Then Mahomes joked publicly about Josh's fears, vegetables, and a coin toss. That one stung. Josh tried to flip the script, copied Larry Bird's trash talk, tried to turn Mahomes into his Michael Jordan moment, but fans saw it differently. They made memes, Freddy Krueger edits, jokes about Mahomes haunting Josh's dreams. At this point, it wasn't a rivalry, it was traumatic. This is what dominance does. Patrick Mahomes doesn't just win, he breaks confidence, rewrites rules, and turns competitors into critics. The more he succeeds, the longer this list gets. And if you think this was wild, the next rivalry coming up is even crazier. Drop your take below and stick around.